Welcome into the video. I'm your tech guy Wayne, and today I'll be going over how to use the Motorola RAZR for beginners. Now this is the Moto RAZR 2024, but most of the RAZRs work very similar. So if you have a similar version that has the full screen on the back, you'll be able to follow this tutorial. Now this is a beginner's walkthrough. It's for someone who has never used a Moto RAZR before. So I'll be going over everything you'll need to know to learn how to use this phone. So make sure you watch all the way to the end so you don't miss any important information. Okay, I always start with just a tour of the phone. Now on the right side of the phone here, you will find the power button, power sleep button, and the volume up and down buttons. Now pressing the power button will wake up the screen. Pressing it again will put the phone to sleep. Now it's still on, it's just asleep in a lower power mode. And if you hold down the power button for 1 second, it will bring up your Gemini assistant, and you can ask this different questions, anything from what is the weather like where I am, to when do the Lakers play again, to help me find a recipe for making yummy lemon chicken. So that's what you can use that for, just launching your Gemini, which is the Google AI assistant. On the left side of the phone, you will find your SIM card tray. Now this is where you'll use your SIM tool to pop out the SIM card if you ever need to swap that out. Just as a reminder, this phone does not use a micro SD. You cannot expand the storage. So this is merely just for taking out your SIM card, okay? At the bottom of the phone, you will find your charging port. Now the charging type for this phone is called a USB-C. So if you ever need to replace that cable, you need to get a USB-C or a Type-C cable. Now one thing you'll notice is that there is no auxiliary port. So you cannot plug in the older headphones that have the 3.5 auxiliary jack. But if you have older headphones that you want to use with this phone, you simply need to purchase an adapter that looks like this. This is called a USB-C Y adapter, okay? And essentially the USB-C end will plug into the charging port. And then on the other end, you'll have a auxiliary port you can use for those older headphones. And you'll have a USB-C you can use to charge the phone while you're listening to music using those headphones. So I will link these on screen right here. These are definitely great to get if you want to use your older headphones. Now to wake up the screen, you simply need to tap the screen twice, and this will wake up the screen, or you can press that power button as well. Take your finger and simply drag it up the screen like this, and that's how you unlock the phone. Now this is the outer screen, and you can basically swipe left or right to swipe through the different pages. This is the main home page. If we swipe left, you'll find your apps right here, and not all the apps, just 8 apps that you select. If you want to change the apps that are on this outer screen, you can tap on this little pencil in the upper right corner, and this will allow you to change and have different apps set as the favorites for this outer screen. Swipe left, you can sync your calendar. Swipe again, you can sync the weather. Swipe again, you can sync your contacts, which will make it easier for you to call someone without having to open the phone. You'll tap on this little pencil to add your contacts to this page. Swipe left again, this will take you to a page of games. You can actually swipe through this list. These are all games you can play just using this exterior screen. Swipe left again, now you're back on the main screen. Now in the bottom left corner, you will find your navigation buttons, and you can use this to navigate through the phone. You have a home button, you have a recent apps button. This is to close any apps that you were previously using. And you have a back button to the left here. And I'll go over these buttons in more detail when we open the phone. I just wanted to start with a quick walkthrough of using the exterior screen. Now, these are the main things you'll need to know with using the exterior screen. There is one more really cool trick, and that's if you want to take a picture while the phone is closed. You can take a picture by simply taking the phone and going like this 2 times, but you need to do it quickly. So watch this. When you do that gesture, it'll automatically wake up the phone and take you right to your camera app. And then you can take pictures using these exterior cameras here. Now taking a picture is super easy. Just simply tap the screen anywhere and it'll take the picture. Now you'll notice I'm trying to tap the screen, but my finger is getting in the way, and that's because When you take pictures, you want to rotate the phone like this. So now when you tap the screen, you're not basically covering the camera. And simply just tap the screen just like that to take a picture. And if you want to switch to taking a video, where it says photo, just simply tap there. And let's flip it around here. And let's switch to a video. So that's how easy it is to jump between pictures and videos. If you use two hands to make it easier, just simply tap on that button and just change. These are the 6 options you have to choose from on the outer screen. You have more options when the phone is open, but if you don't want to open the phone, these are your 6 different options here. So I can go back to taking just a regular still picture, and then here we go. And then just tap the screen to snap it. We'll switch back to video again, and then tap the screen here, and you'll notice it'll start counting up in the bottom right here. Okay, so that's just a quick walkthrough of using that exterior screen and some of the things you can do there. If I want to get back to my home screen, I'm going to tap on this little button in the middle of the home button, and that'll take me back to the home button of the outer screen. Now, let's open the phone up. Now, same process. If you want to unlock the phone, simply take your finger and just drag it up the screen like this. And this will take you to the main home screen of the phone. And you'll use these buttons at the bottom here to navigate the screen. This is your home button. It works just like the home button does on the front screen. No matter what you're doing, if you're in one of these little apps, if you want to get back to this screen, you need to tap on the home button. Now, during the video, I'll be referring to apps a lot, and so I just want to explain, for those of you that are not familiar, an app is short for applications. And think of it how computers have programs, phones have applications or apps for short. So when I say apps, I'm just referring to the programs of the phone. Now, on this home screen here, you'll have a couple of really important apps. You'll have your phone app. This is for making calls. You will have your messages app that you'll use this to send text messages. You'll have your Chrome app, which is for going on the internet. This is your web browser. If you want to go to a website, you tap on Chrome and then you can type in the web address. You have your camera. You have your Moto folder, and this has all the different Motorola exclusive apps that let you do a lot of really fun things. Your Google folder with all your different Google services like YouTube, Google Maps, if you need to get directions to go somewhere. Your Gmail, your music, your video calling. So all those are going to be encompassed in this folder, and there's multiple pages, so you'll just want to swipe left, and then you can see your other 3 options here: your Google Wallet, your Google Keep for your notes, and your Find Hub. And here is the Play Store. This is the app you use to download new apps. Maybe you want to download Uber or Uber Eats or DoorDash. You can get all those through the Play Store, and we'll go over that in more detail in the next section of the video. So this is our home screen. These are just a few of the apps here. If you want to get to the rest of the apps on the phone, take your finger and just swipe up on the home screen, and this will take you to what is called your app drawer. And here you'll find all the apps that are currently installed on your phone. There's only a couple right now, but as we go through that Play Store, I'll show you how to get more apps. The phone has plenty of storage. You can download hundreds of apps to go along with what is already on the phone. Now look, I'm in the app drawer. I want to go back to my home screen. If I want to do that, I'm going to tap on the home button right here, and that'll take me back to my home screen. Okay. Now, to the right of this button, you have what is called your recent apps button. Now what this does is it just simply shows you all the apps that you've recently opened. And essentially, it makes it easier for you to go back to those apps later and continue to work on whatever it is you were doing. Let's say you go to your Google Chrome app because you want to go to Amazon.com. Sweet. Let's go to Amazon. You can always download the Amazon app as well, but maybe you just want to use it in the browser. I can swipe through here, use Amazon. Maybe I have to stop and do something else. I'm going to hit my home button. Guess what? That takes me back to my home screen, but my browser is still open, running in the background. And so if I want to get back to Chrome later, I can tap on recent apps here and then tap here, and I'm right back into Google Chrome and continue to scroll through Amazon. So that's all this button does. It just takes you to a list of all your apps that are currently running. If you ever want to close an app because you're finished, you say, hey, I don't want to shop on Amazon, I'm done. Just simply swipe up and that'll close the app So now it's completely closed out. It's no longer running in the background. You can also tap close all, and this will close all the apps that are running, and that usually will help to free up some of your phone's memory, help your phone run a little bit faster. Now to the left of our home button, we have what is called our back button. This simply takes us back one page or one step. Here's a great example of using this. I'm going to swipe up and I'm going to go to the settings app, which is right here. And let's say I go to display and then I go to, let's see, screen timeout. By the way, I recommend you doing this. Change your screen timeout from 30 seconds to 2 minutes. That way you don't have to touch the screen every 30 seconds to keep it on. Also turn on attentive display. So we just went into settings, we just made some changes. Now we want to go back a few pages. I'm going to use my back button. Now look, there's a back button all the way in the upper left corner, but then I have to reach all the way up over here, which can be a little irritating. So I'm just going to tap on the back button right here. That'll take me back one page. Now, if I want to go back another page, I'm going to press it again. Now I'm on the main page of the settings app. And if there's nowhere else to go and I press that button again, it's going to take me out of that app altogether. So that's what these three buttons do. They just help you with navigating the overall home screen of the phone. Now, so far, if you're getting value out of this video, please stop and bump that like button down below. It costs you nothing to do, but it will help to push the video out to more people, and it shows YouTube that you like the video. Okay, next, let's talk about swiping down from the home screen. Now, when you do that, it'll take you to what is called your notification panel. And in this panel, you'll have shortcuts to the most frequently used apps on the phone. For example, you have your Wi-Fi switch here. If you want to connect to a Wi-Fi network, you can hold down on this button here. You can then see all the networks that are available. I can tap on this network, type in the password and hit the check button, and then I can easily connect to that Wi-Fi network. Now, let's swipe down again. You also have your Bluetooth switch as well. If you want to connect to Bluetooth headphones or a speaker or an accessory, you'll simply hold down on Bluetooth. It'll take you to that menu, and you'll simply tap on Pair New Device, which is right here. And then it will put your device in pairing mode and begin to look for any available Bluetooth devices. So those are just a couple of the options that are available. If I swipe down again, it'll show me more options. You'll see here, there are pages of shortcuts. This helps you so you don't have to navigate the really kind of detailed settings menu. A lot of these are the main settings that people change, and so you can just access them right from here. Also at the top here, you have a brightness adjuster. If you want your phone to be brighter, you can drag this up. If you want it to be darker, you can drag it down. Now, in this bottom section, these are where your notifications will come through the phone. What is a notification? Well, maybe you get a new email. That's a notification. Maybe you get a text message. That's also a notification. Right here are two new text messages that I have. If I want to go read them, I can simply tap on that section, and it will take me to the Messages app. And then I can look at all the text messages that just came through. You'll also see I have some Google Play messages. I have a note to restart my phone because I just did an update. I have some new emails right here. So this whole section simply is just keeping you up to date with things that are coming through your phone. You get a new text, new email. They're all going to show up in this section, and then you can easily go and follow up by tapping on that section. So that is the notification panel in a nutshell. Okay. Let's move on to downloading apps. Now we talked about swiping up on the home screen and being able to see all the different apps that are on the phone, so we know about that. If we want to get a new app, we have to go to this particular app, which is called the Play Store. The Play Store is where you find all the apps that are compatible with your phone. So here, you'll find the library that has about 2 million apps for you to download. Some are paid, some are free. So if you want to download a particular app, you can simply tap on the search button twice. This will bring up the keyboard and allow you to begin searching for an app. Here's how easy it is to search for an app. You can either type the name of the app, or you can tap on this little microphone in the upper right corner, and then you can say the name of the app. Sudoku. I love searching for apps this way because it's so much easier, and especially if you don't know how to spell the app, You can just say it, it'll automatically type it in for you and search it. One thing to pay attention to, you will see this little tag here that says sponsored. These are all sponsored Sudoku apps. It's good to look below this little line right here because you don't want to per se download things that are sponsored. You want to just see what has the most downloads, and that's usually what will come up after that little line there. So here's a Sudoku game. I tapped on it. This is a free game. How do I know that? This blue button here says install. If you ever see install underneath the app name, that means it's a free app. You simply tap on that install button to download it to your phone. If that blue button does not say install, if it has a price, that means that that is a paid app and you will need to pay for it before you can download it. So it's important to know the difference. But most of the apps are free, and most of the time you're not going to have to pay for apps. Here, the button says play or it says uninstall. So this tells us that the app is already downloaded. Now watch this. I'm going to hit my home button. Let's figure out where to find the app on the phone now that we've downloaded it. We're going to swipe up on our home screen and go to the S section, and here is our new Sudoku game. I'm going to tap on that, and just that easy, now I can play this new app I downloaded. So that's how easy it is to download an app. Now this is an important note to share. Notice right now we don't see our home buttons at the bottom of the screen. Where did they go? Some apps will move into what is called full screen mode. And when you're in full screen mode, guess what? You won't see the home buttons, but they're easy to bring up. You just need to start at the bottom of the screen and swipe up, and then your buttons will pop up for a couple of seconds here. So watch this. I'm going to swipe up, hit the home button, and now we're out of the Sudoku game. So that's just a random FYI, but you guys will run into every so often. Okay. Let's move next into how to change the size of your text on the screen so that it's easier for you to read. For some of you, that size might be fine, but for others, you may want it to be a little bit bigger. So here's how to do it. Swipe up on your home screen, swipe up again, and go to your settings. From here, we're going to go to display, and then from here, go to display size and text. And here we can play around with the font sizes and the display size. Here is your example, and when you make changes, you'll be able to see it here. So I'm going to hit the plus, and here you can see the size of the text is getting bigger. And feel free to play around with this. You'll also see everything is getting bigger, so it's even getting bigger down here. You can also change the display size as well. So now the size of the icons are also getting larger too. So if I hit the home button, you can see on the home screen everything is much bigger now, which makes it easier to read. If I swipe up, everything is going to be bigger as well. So you'll want to play around with those settings to dial in the exact size that is best for your eyes. If I hit my recent apps button and I go back to my settings here, I can kind of adjust these. I'm going to bring these down just a little bit. There we go. And then hit our home button. So that's a brief run through of just how to control the size of the text to make it easier to read things on the screen. Now, next, let's go over the sound, how we control the sound that's coming through the phone. So you basically want to tap on the volume up or volume down button like this. You'll see it pop up on the side here. Now it's going to go away quickly, so if it goes away, we'll just bring it back up. But press volume up or volume down, and here I can increase or lower the volume. There's also going to be a little button here, a speaker. And when you tap on this speaker, this is how you toggle through your main sound settings. So when you see this, it means the sound is on. When you see this, it's on vibrate. And when you see this, the sound is totally off. So you'll toggle from this menu here. And sorry I have to do it quickly, but again, the menu goes away after like 2 seconds, so I want to make sure you can see it. So volume on, vibrate, no sound. Then tap on these 3 dots at the bottom. Now this brings up your additional sound settings. And the reason for this is there are different things to control with sound. There's not just one sound adjustment for the entire phone. Why is that? Well, you might need your phone calls to be louder so you can raise the sound here to be louder for calls. But here, this this is your ringtone sound. So you have one volume adjuster for your ringtone. You have another one for the actual sound of the call when you're on the call. This is your music or media volume. So if you're listening to a YouTube video or listening to music, you would control it from here. This is for notifications. So if you get a text message or an email, the sound that comes through, you control that here. And then this is your alarm sound. So guess what? These are 5 different settings that you would need to control, and they're all different things. You don't want just one volume control. You want one for each important thing because they all kind of work differently. So just to recap, you're going to press volume up or volume down to bring up that menu, and then this controls your volume, standby, or your vibrate. And at the bottom, these 3 dots here takes you to your full volume menu where you can control the different sound for different things. So in-call volume, ringtone volume, notifications, alarms, and your media. All right. Now, so far, if you're getting value out of this video, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you stop and bump that like button down below. Again, it'll help to push the video out to more people. Okay, let's move on now and let's talk about how to make calls and how to answer the phone when someone calls you. In the bottom left corner here, you'll find your call button. This is the phone app right here. You'll tap on that. Tap on this button here. This is your dialer. And here you can type in a phone number to call. And let's go ahead and give it a shot. So, obviously area code, phone number. Tap the green button to start the call. Give it a couple of seconds. When the call picks up, you'll see it counting up. If you want to put the phone on speaker, you'll tap your speaker button here for speakerphone. Mute here. You can bring your keypad up if you need to make selections on the screen. If you want to add a call to the call right now, do a 3-way. Tap on add a call. When you're all done, simply press the red button, and that's how you'll end the call. That's how easy it is to make a phone call. Now, when someone is calling you, it's going to look like this. Okay, here's the pop-up. I'm going to press the volume to just mute it. And really easy, just either press the answer button or decline. Let's tap answer. And here you'll have the exact same options on the screen. And when you're all done, press the red button. Now, when the phone is closed, here's how it'll look when a call comes through. Now, a little different. So on the outer screen, you'll actually have to take your finger and either drag up or you have to drag down. You also have a message button on the left here. If you swipe up on that message button, it'll decline the call, and then it will also let you send a text message as a reply. I'm going to call back one more time so we can see that a little bit closer. There we go. Drag from the corner like this. And you can basically select from one of these pre-recorded responses. Can't talk now, call you later. If I press that, it's going to decline the call, but it'll send that message as a follow-up saying, hey, I can't talk now, I'll call you later. So making calls is pretty self-explanatory. There's not much there, but just knowing how to answer the phone is the big thing, because again, on the outer screen it looks different. You don't tap the button, you have to swipe over it. It's the same process if the phone is asleep. I either have to drag up to answer the call, drag down to decline, or drag from the corner if I want to send one of these pre-recorded responses, or I can tap write your own and I can send my own specific message saying I can't talk right now. So those are the things you'll need to know in terms of answering the phone. Now let's move into how to use the messaging app and how to send a text. Right next to the phone app here is the messages app. We'll tap on that. And here you'll have a couple of these messages here in bold. Whenever you see a message in bold, that means it's a brand new message. So if I tap on here, You can see this was my new message here. I can hit my back button to simply back out of that message. And then if I want to start a new message, I'm going to tap on Start Chat. And here I can simply type in a phone number to text. There we go. And we'll go ahead and tap on that. Where it says text message, tap in the box to bring up the keyboard. And here we can type our message, Happy Monday. And then you'll tap this button. This is your send button, and that will send off the message. There's so many things you can do in here. I'm going to highlight just a couple of the most important things. If you want to send one of those emojis, those little faces, you can tap on this button here and then go to emoji. And here you'll have all the fun emojis you can add to your message. Okay, you can send that. If you want to send a GIF, you have a shortcut to GIFs right here. Just tap on that, and then you can tap in the search box here to type to look for specific GIFs. Search, hello. Now if you want to send a picture, you can tap on this button right here. So text message, there's a happy face to the right. You tap on this. This is if you want to take a picture and add it. But if you want to send a picture you've already taken, you can tap on this plus to the left and then tap on gallery. And this will let you look at pictures you've already taken. Let's go ahead and send this picture and hit our send button. And that's how easy it is to attach a picture to your message. Now all the way to the right here, you'll have a voice recorder option here, which is pretty cool. If I press and hold on this, I can send an audio file. Hello, I hope you're doing well today. Let go when you're finished recording, and then you can hit the play button to listen to it. I can send an audio file. Hello. If you don't like it, simply hit the X and you can start over. But this way you can just send a voice recording instead of having to type out the message. Another cool thing, if you tap on the text message box again, and you tap on this microphone, you can say the message instead of typing it, just like this. So first you'll have to give it permission to work. And now it's listening, and everything I say, it's going to automatically add it into the box there, period. And then tap the microphone when you're finished and you want it to not listen anymore. And that's how easy it is to basically just use what is called voice to text. It will listen to your voice and then it will text what you say. So we can hit our back button here to back out of the message. And that's pretty much it. Those are the basic things you need to know in terms of sending text messages. Make sure you bump that like button down below if you haven't already done so. Definitely appreciate that. Let's move into how to secure your phone with a passcode and how to set up your fingerprint reader. We're going to swipe up on the home screen and go to the settings app. You're going to swipe up and we're going to go to security and privacy and tap on set screen lock. Here, your phone is currently set to swipe. That's the only level of security, which is no security. So let's set a pattern. When you set a pattern, someone has to know the pattern in order to unlock the phone. We're going to make it just an L. Hit next, do another L, and now we can confirm that. Press done. And now, if I lock the phone just by pressing the power button, I unlock it. If I try to swipe up to unlock the phone, I have to put that code in first to unlock the phone. So now our phone is secure, and next we can talk about setting a fingerprint reader. Swipe up and go to device unlock and then go to fingerprint. You'll have to put in that passcode first, and now we can hit setup and we can program our fingerprint so we can unlock the phone using our fingerprint. Alright, so all you want to do is simply hold the phone and try to hold it as naturally as possible, and then simply tap on the power button. And you tap and lift, and you want to try to move your finger just ever so slightly each time you lift it and put it down, because you're trying to program your fingerprint into the phone so that it makes it easier to unlock the phone. So I'm lifting. I'm not applying force. I'm just lifting and putting my finger down and just trying to move it each time that I do it. Now we're just about done here. Perfect. Our fingerprint is now added. Now one important note, I always say program 2 fingerprints, one finger on your left hand, or on your right hand and one on your left. So if you ever have something on one of your hands, you can just switch hands and then unlock it that way. So you'll simply tap add another to program another fingerprint. Hit done. I'm going to lock the phone, and now I can take my finger and just press it right on the power button, and that will automatically unlock the phone. So now our phone is fully secured. We have a pattern set to unlock the phone, and we have our fingerprint set up as well. You can also set up the face unlock too, and that's pretty cool. When you raise the phone up to your face, it'll unlock as long as it reads your face. Just simply tap face unlock. That one's super easy. We don't even need to show the process because it's very self-explanatory. You hold the phone up, make sure you're in a well-lit room, and it will just program your face into the phone. So that's how you secure the phone with a passcode and with the fingerprint reader. Now we're going to end the video with going over how to use the camera. Simply tap on the camera button here. We'll just go over how to take pictures. The device is asking for your location. Tap while using the app. Now, the reason for this is it will organize your pictures based on where you've taken them, and it can be really fun, especially if you travel a lot. It can create just these timestamps and then group your pictures by Hawaii and LA and New York, and it's a cool way, especially when you have the phone over time and you see all those pictures that are saved from different trips. So here is our camera app. Right now we are looking out of the rear camera, and that's why it's dark. You press this button here, it will switch to the front camera. Just tapping this will allow you to jump back and forth between the front and the rear camera. If you want to take a picture, tap the Y button, and that will take the picture. If you want to take a video, you can tap on video. Notice the button changes from a white dot to a white dot with a red dot in the center. Tapping this will start the recording, and you'll see it counting up in the upper left corner. You can always snap a still picture during the video just by tapping this button here. Just extract some stills. When you're done recording videos, simply press on the red button to stop. If you want to see what you just recorded, tap on this little icon to the left, and you can go right to see what video or pictures you just took. So super easy there. Let's hit our back button to go back to the camera. You have other options here. You have a slow motion option. You have a portrait mode, a pro mode. You have more. All these other cool options. Night vision is built in, but you have to go and select it in the more section. Dual capture is pretty sweet. You can actually record using the front and the rear camera, which is really cool. Great for vlogging. More, you have a time lapse, and you have a special scanner for taking pictures of documents, which is also super helpful. Now, let's go back to a photo. Let's say you want to turn on the flash because you want to make sure you have some extra light for your picture. At the top of the screen, you'll have some options here. Now, this is your flash icon, and if you see a slash over it, that means that your flash is turned off. If we tap that, we can change from flash always on, which is this middle option, or automatic flash, and that is the phone determining if it needs flash or not. I prefer to put the phone on automatic versus always because sometimes you're in a well-lit area and it'll allow the phone to determine when it needs to flash the most. And we'll switch that back off. If you want to change the ratio of the picture, right now it's on 3:4. You can go 1:1, which is good for Instagram. You can go 9:16, which is a full widescreen picture or video. So you have a couple of different options there. But those are the main things you need to know. The last thing actually is the macro mode, which is this little flower. This is switching the phone to a mode that is better for up close pictures. You want to get a picture of a really nice flower or of just something where you need to capture the detail up close. You want to make sure you're on that flower, which is the macro mode. All right. Now, where are your pictures saved after you take them? Great question. Swipe up and you'll want to go to the Photos app, which is actually in the Google folder at the top here. Go to Photos. And the first time you open this app, it's going to give you a pop-up asking if you want to upgrade the storage. So Google Photos is an app that is run through Google, and it will back up your photos online, which is convenient, but it does come at a price. So it's up to you if you want to pay for this. It is a monthly price. It's not a one-time. So this would be you paying $199 every month to have 100 gigabytes of storage for your pictures being backed up online. You don't have to sign up for this. You can simply press on this little X in the upper left corner, and that will make that pop-up go away. And here you'll have your photos, your collections, and your quick search here. Now, one important thing to note at the top here, let me see. In the upper right corner, tap on this little icon here. You don't have to pay to back up your photos. This is an important thing to note. You have 15 gigs of free storage with your Gmail account. You can turn on the backup right here. It'll back up your photos online at the website photos.google.com. But when you get to 15 gigs, it's going to stop backing up. So it's up to you. If you don't take a lot of pictures, then I would say turn this on. But if you do take a lot, you're probably going to want to turn on the backup and pay monthly for the storage. $2 a month is not that bad for 100 gigabytes of storage. And it'll make sure that if you ever lose your phone or it gets damaged and you can't get into the phone, your pictures are safely backed up online. That is your choice if you want to turn it on. It can be really helpful, but again, it does come at a cost. So you want to make sure you're prepared to pay that cost every month. All right, guys, this brings us to the end of our video. I hope you found this helpful. This is such a fun phone, and I really wanted to make a beginner tutorial on it for those of you that are new to it. It's a great look. It's an ode to that old RAZR style from long ago, but with a really nice pizzazz of that front screen that you can do a lot with. So let me know in the comment section down below if you found this video helpful. And if you have any other questions, I'll try to make some follow-up videos to address those as well. But if you got value out of this video, please take a minute and bump that like button down below. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more videos. Here I'll link to our playlist with more videos on the Moto RAZR. And here I'll link to another really helpful video as well. Thanks again for watching. Take care, and as always, have a good one.